Now, that little clip that you just watched, you may already know how it's done, but I've got tips and subtleties that'll kind of make your performance a little bit better. So if you're interested, keep watching. How's it going, guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is James Pena, and I created this channel to show you the hidden details of certain pieces of sleight of hand, and just so you can improve on what you may already know. Today, we're going to be learning reverse. Basically, what a reverse is you just have a spectator pick a card, they put it in, and then magically, it's reversed. I'm going to show you a really basic one. A lot of people, again, may already know how to do this. But I'm also going to show you a little bit more of an advanced one. It's kind of less moves and it's done fairly quickly. As always, the first thing I'm going to go over the mechanics, just so you can see how it's done, and you can get into the details of it and the mechanics of it. And then secondly, we're going to be going over angle sensitivity, so you know exactly where to, position your body or control your audience, so you can do this piece of sleight a little bit more effectively. And then after those two sections of the video, we're going to be going over the tips and subtleties. We're going to go over how you can make it a little bit better, a little bit more into detail of just mechanics and angle sensitivity, just like performance pieces and all that good jazz. So without further ado, let's get into today's tutorial. We are going to need a deck of playing cards. Today we'll be using a Product Red by Theory 11. It's kind of what the box looks like. On the back it says, "Imagine a world without AIDS." The reason being for that is, I believe from reading one of the jokers, it says that every deck you buy supplies like 3 days of medication, right? Oh, it actually says it right here. So if you guys want to pause that and read it, that's what it looks like. Faces are pretty standard. And the playing cards kind of remind me of the Knock playing cards by Alex Pantoria. But really nice cards overall. Before discussing the mechanics, I want to just do a brief overview of what the reverse looks like. So it's essentially just having them pick any playing card. So the Jack of Spades, right? And then you'll say it's somewhere in the middle, yada yada yada. Then you cut, shuffle it maybe a tad bit more, show them that the cards are all normal, and then you cut somewhere in the middle, lost, whatever the case may be. If I were to just give it a little shake, there's your card. Your card magically is now just reversed, and that's what it looks like. Now, a lot of you, advanced magicians may, or intermediate magicians, might already know how that's done, but I would highly suggest you stick around for the tips and subtleties, because I actually have a few of them. But the first thing we're going to go over is the mechanics. So the mechanics for this is, the first step is just controlling the card to the top via whatever you want, right? I mainly prefer either the double undercut or the Mahatma control, which is like an overhand shuffle. Very popular. Don't let the name fool you. But I'll leave the card face up, so this is just what it looks like. The Mahatma, you just close the deck, pick up, shuffle, right, and whoops, and the card's down the top. That's what it is. It's literally just simply doing this, closing, picking up. Obviously you want to turn this and then shuffle, and then you can keep shuffling by keeping your finger like back here, so it stays back there. That's it. Now that you have the card controlled to the top, what you want to do is just get a pinky break. I have a tutorial on the pinky break if you guys want to check that out, how to more efficiently get a pinky break. So you get a pinky break, and then from here you're essentially going to do a double undercut, but instead of throwing it on here, right, like you normally would, you're going to kind of reverse like this, just like that. Square it up, and then grab whatever's left under the break and then throw it on top. You do want to be careful on this part, because let's say you control it to the top, the Nine of Hearts, because when you do this, right, I would like you to square it up and then move, because if you don't square it up before you move, sometimes this flashes and then they'll see that you left the card behind. I don't know if you can see that, right? Sometimes that happens. So you're here. So on this first one, just kind of square everything up, right? And then this everything under that break, take, and then also throw it on top. And that's it. After this, you can cut it, and you are done. You have now successfully reversed a playing card. Now we're going to get into the angle sensitivity. So the first part, right, the controlling, the angle sensitivities varies on what control you use, right? So if you use the Mahatma control, it is extremely angle proof. No one's gonna see a thing. I'm gonna use a different playing card. We'll use, I guess, a 9 of hearts again. If you use the Mahatma control, not a lot of people can see that, right? Now, they can maybe see it if the card is, like when you come to do it again, if you do that, right? And the card's sticking out before you start shuffling, they'll see that you left it behind. So you can probably pick up like half, right? And then start shuffling. And that's just for the control. Again, angle sensitivities just vary on the control. But for the Mahatma control, it literally works all around. Don't be afraid on getting caught. Now for the rest of the movements, so like how I said, you want to get that pinky break. So again, obviously getting the pinky break is very obvious to the right side, right? Because if I get a pinky break here, it's a little obvious, but not too obvious if you're talking. On the left side, you definitely just can't see it. It's on the right side. So how to fix that? You can either kind of just play with the deck, right? And then as you have your hand here, right? Let's pretend this is covering it. You can just get that break, right? Another way to do it, if you feel like this is awkward, holding, you know, both hands on it, you can just just literally kill your wrist. Just do this and then get your break and done, right? Just aim downward and no one will know a thing because everybody on the right hand side sees this, front sees this, the left sees this. So it's pretty angle proof. Now, when you're moving into the cutting part, this is where your angles can, it's pretty angle proof, but you just gotta be careful, especially the right hand side. The reason why I say this is because when you transfer from here, right, you're removing the cover, right, and you're gonna go like this, and then when you get half, right, while you're coming up, people can see this. So you just be careful about that. A lot of people usually don't care about it, but just, again, be careful about it. So on the front, it's perfect, right? No one's gonna see a thing, no one. If you're on the left, again, when you're transferring, if you could just keep your hand there, right? You could just do that, and no one will be the wider, right? Now, on the right hand side, your right hand's kind of covering everything, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, right? You can't really see what's going on. So you can do something like that. Once you've successfully done this, cutting the deck is pretty easy, right? Because it's at the bottom, no one can see that. Just cut, put it down, and you're done. That is the full angle sensitivity for each part of this reverse, right? But now on to my favorite part. Let me put this back. And now we're gonna go over the tips and subtleties for each one of these sections. It's very crucial to pay close attention to this. When we're doing tips and subtleties, right? We're gonna start from the top, right? We're gonna all the way from the control to the very end. So let's do the control. So the control, right? I like just doing the Mahatma control because it's easy, it's very fair, super convincing, so on and so forth. But I know there's sleight of hand monkeys out there, or move monkeys, sorry, that you know want to do more things than just that. So if you want to do that, so like me, let's say you want to use I don't know, the cherry control, right? So before I use the cherry control, what I would do is I would do this. I'd say let's pretend you're a spectator right now. So I'm gonna have you pick any card, right? You could pick any card at random, right? After that, we're just gonna leave it somewhere in the middle, right? That's all we're gonna do. Now, if you know how the cherry control is done, you know that's what you're mimicking. So now, back to performance. Okay, can I have you pick any card? Oh, you pick this? Okay, go ahead and look at it, please. All right, we're gonna just lose it somewhere in the middle, right? Just lose it, and just because I want you to see, somewhere there, right? So now you've done the move. But it seems natural because at first you conditioned your audience to pay attention to that, right? And what they seem is normal. You're creating a baseline. I know it's a lot to digest, but trust me, this works. It helps you, I don't know, be a little bit more free-flowing, right? And not so rigid. But yes, a lot of this depends on what control you use. So once you control it to the top, your next step was to get a break and to, you know, double undercut. From here, right, you can, the reason why I say the shuffle is so meticulous, right, is because, and why I like using the Mahatma control is because it's just so, you know, it's just so easy, you know, it's just like that. And then what you're about to do, you're just essentially going to do that, right? So let's say if you want to use a double undercut, right, it seemed weird, right? Let's say this is the selected card, the 6 of diamonds, or sorry, you pick a card and then you double undercut, right? Get that break, and then you double undercut again. I don't know, it's weird, right? Like, I don't know if that seems off to you, but I don't know. In my eyes, it's off. So just be careful on what control you use. After that, once you've controlled their card, again, I want to make sure you're squaring it and then moving it because you don't want that to flash. That would be my tip there. You definitely want to make sure you're square at all times. Now, here's the fun part. And this is the last of my tips and subtleties. Don't worry, we're almost at the end of the video. So here, I'm going to cover 3 things. So the first thing is when you're cutting the deck. When you're cutting the deck, it's completely, you're kind of just doing offbeat. You're not going to say, hey, I'm going to cut the deck. You're just going to do it and then put it down, right? So that's the first one. And then the second to last thing is how you want to, display the final, phase, right? So it's like some people prefer the the deck face up, so the card is face down, and it builds a little bit of suspense. Some people give the spectator the cards like this, so they can see it face down, and then see that card face up. That's really all on you. In my personal opinion, I do both. If the trick is going really good and the vibe is there and people are like full of suspense, then I'll do it face up. So when they see it face down, they're like, what? They're like, is it really going to happen? And then it is, right? But if I'm doing just like a casual trick, somebody wants to see a trick, family member or whatever, I'll probably just give it to them, right? But you just feel it out. Don't just stick to one. Change it up every single time. That would be my second advice. Now the third one. This third tip is for the move monkeys out there. So it's something called a turnover pass. So they've selected a card, the 2 of diamonds. You've done your move. If you do the turnover pass from here, you're done. That's the turnover pass. I'm not going to get too into detail just because this video is kind of running long. But search up the turnover pass, I'll probably teach it in next week's video. But look at Alex Pandreas. He has a really good video on it too. So that's pretty much it. So a little bonus video, if you're here at the end, I'm going to show you an advanced move for the move monkeys out there, or an advanced way to get a reverse. I'm just going to name it. I'm not going to really teach it. I'm just going to tell you so you can do the research on your own. But it's fairly quickly, right? So how it goes is you dribble. You pick any card. In this case, it's the Joker. From here, you point, shoulder the card somewhere in the middle, and you're done. Oh, I think I passed it. Oh, right here. And that's how it is. So, first thing you want to do is dribble. Show the card. 5 of clubs. From here, you're just going to do a Cardini. Remember, I'm just naming all these moves so you can do the research on your own. So you're going to do a Cardini. You're going to place this under here. And you're going to point. Push that card out. And you're done. And they think this is the 5 of clubs here. And your card is reversed. And again, those are for my move monkeys out there. It's just a good way for you to, you know, do this without all those extra steps. A lot quicker, as you can see. But enough of me ranting. I'm sorry this was a long video. But let's get to the outro. So this concludes today's video. If you enjoy my this type of, you know, tutorials, these type of videos, then go ahead and hit subscribe. I do try to upload every week, so please hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I upload those videos, and you could be one of the very first few ones that watch it. I do try to stay online after I upload a video, so if there's any comments on the video, I can just answer them right then and there. If you want to comment not only, you know, things about the video, if there's something that you didn't like about the video, or if there is something that you liked on the video that you want me to keep doing, then again, please write in the comments. I do care about your opinions, so please write in the comments. If you didn't like today's video, then go ahead, hit the dislike button. I won't be mad. But if you did like it, then, you know, please hit the like button and to show your appreciation for the video. So again, I'm glad you guys learned how to do a reverse today. So I will see you in next week's video. So peace.